Hello and welcome along. Goulburn harness racing on Tuesday, the 27th of January. Second meeting for the year and a strong 8-race card on the program. Hi, my name is Greg Hayes. I'm here to try and find you a winner or four. I've got 4 selections throughout the afternoon and hopefully we can finish on the right side of the ledger. Now, race number 1 is for the Trotters. I've missed that race, but I'm going to go in race 2 for horse number 6, Parallel. Now, this one is trained by Kerry-Ann Morris, will be driven by her husband, Rob. Now, the horse, you look at its form, 4 starts at Goulburn and it's yet to place. You have a look, I think it's only been placed once in its last 4 starts. So it's got a few little crosses against its name. However, it looks to have found the perfect race here at Goulburn. Not very strong. They can be aggressive with Parallel in the early stages. In fact, let's have a look at its last start effort. Now, this was at Menangle in a stronger race. The horse drew barrier 10. Kerry-Ann drove the horse on this occasion. We're looking for the predominantly black colours with the orange seams up outside the leader. And the horse, with 200 to go, is in front. And then after doing all the work from barrier 10, just starts to get tired and in the end finishes well back in the field. But I like the effort. The fact that it was still in front with 200 to go. I think they were forced to be aggressive on that occasion because of the wide draw. They've got the sticky gate 6 on Tuesday. I think if they press the go button at the start, get ahead of its main rivals, I think it'll be very hard to beat. And keep in mind, the last time it did win a race, it was at Newcastle. It sat outside them and brained a similar field. So I'm going to go in race 2 for horse number 6, and that is Parallel. Second of my good things appears in race 3, so we'll go to the next race, and horse number 5, Slicks. Now this one is for Team McDowell, and Leighton Green will take the drive. Hard to believe this horse hasn't won a race in Australia since arriving from New Zealand. Has run a number of placings, is ultra consistent. I thought it was really well placed a couple of starts ago at Penrith, but found one better. However, let's have a look at its last start performance, and this was at Menangle. Now, the horse does a really good job on this occasion. It's in the predominantly black colours, Leighton Green doing the driving, and just looms up, gets the perfect trail into the race, 1-1. And then just as they flatten out, the horse just wants to lug in a little bit and doesn't want to finish the race off. The horses that beat it in the end got a nicer run in transit and proved too strong. But I thought the run was good. Again, there doesn't look to be a lot of depth in this race. I guess the biggest question mark is on the horse Capitalism, the one for the Rixons, the former Victorian. Now, I've had a look at its trials. 2 trials, one at Menangle looked great, was on the pegs, did everything right. The trial before that was at Penrith. Horse got off the fence and looked like a drunken sailor, wanted to get on one rein and was a pretty tough drive. I'm just thinking that from the second row at Goulburn, it's going to have to come round horses at some stage. So I'm willing to take it on at its first run in the state. But I do think Slicks will be very hard to beat in race number 3 for Team McDowell. Let's go to race 4, and I'm pretty keen on number 4, Pencil Me In. Now, I tipped her last time they raced at Goulburn and she placed. She's a super consistent mare. She's only won the 6 races, but she's been placed 36 times in an 83 start career, so she's always around the money. Her run at Goulburn a couple of starts ago was good. She's then since gone to Young and was beaten by barrier 1. Hard to believe, but we'll have a look at the replay. You'll pick up this replay and the horse's 3 back on the marker pegs. It's in the black, red and white star. Those colours known as Michael Hawke's colours. The horse just never got out until it was too late. By the time at the top of the straight it gets into the clear, giving the leader 2 lengths, giving the horse behind the leader 1 length, and it just can't reel in the horse that had the soft trip behind the leader. I thought the run was good. She's consistent. She's in form. She's doing things right. Small field is a plus. She should lob pretty close to midfield, and with that electrifying sprint she's got, it's only a short one, but if she can be posied up and held up for the one run with Harry Russ doing the driving, I think it should be pretty hard to beat. So going to go with Pencil Me In race number 4. And then you've got to wait until race 8. And I'm going to go with horse number 8, Refusal, the track specialist. Only lightly raced, but it's had the 4 starts here at Goulburn for 2 wins and 1 placing. Now, it did win impressively going back to its last run at Goulburn. It's since raced at Menangle. Taylor Osmond drove the horse on this occasion. We'll have a look at the replay. The horse sat outside the leader. Taylor turned it into a battle in two. The first two got it well in front of the rest of the field, but then in the end, Sky Blue came from off the speed and pinged them both right at the end of the race. Now, Will Rickson goes on board on Tuesday. Little concern is the fact that it's got that wide gate. Will's going to have to make a big decision at the start, whether he's going to go forward and try and find a spot, or whether he's going to go back and give a number of his main chances a nice head start going into that final lap. I tell you what, there is one you want to throw into your quaddies and your, any multiples you're taking in that race, and that's Sneaker Peak, the old mare. She's drawn inside of the second row. She raced Refusal last time out when they were both at Goulburn, and I didn't think her run was too bad considering she trailed up on the back of Refusal. I'm going to tip Refusal, race 8, number 8, but I'm really worried by where it has drawn in the race. They are my 4 things for good things for Goulburn on Tuesday afternoon. Good luck if you're having a bet.